Ryan Hennessy here in the Game Sports with Brian Tomlinson. Thanks for sitting down with us today. Let's talk about this upcoming season for Bradford. Head coach there. Do you have any games that you're excited for? Obviously, every coach says first game of the season. But what's your kind of mindset going into it? Is it first game, one game at a time?
Oh, absolutely. We have a new staff on board. I think we have one returning from last year. So from myself all the way down, we pretty much had to replace everybody. So just getting on the field is going to be the biggest thing for us. We didn't get to play a spring game, so we're looking forward to that kickoff classic so we can actually get on the field and see what these kids are about. All of us are new, so I mean we haven't seen them in game action before. Practice has been fun, but hitting other people is what they're excited for. So just the first game is the one as coaches that we're looking forward to the most.
How do you come into a program and kind of know, okay, so this is our quarterback? Do you hear? Did you go to a previous game? Did you coach against this team? How did you kind of pick it?
Well, most of us are from right down the road, across the river, so to speak. So we know about each other. I was able to watch some film and everything once I got the job, and we're blessed with him being able to return a starting quarterback who'd been there. This will be his third year as a starting quarterback. So the fact that he's able to come in and still lead the program, lead the offense, that's going to be probably the easy part. It's finding the other guys around him. I think it's going to be the difficult part. We lost several key guys, but we returned several key guys. So it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah. So any of this upcoming season, any games you're kind of marking on the calendar, or your players are probably marking on the calendar?
I think we have a rivalry game with Keystone that I know the players are looking forward to the most. We're, like I said, as coaches, we're just putting a star by that first one. Once we get past that first one, then we'll move on to the next one. Our saying's been kind of this. They made the playoffs last year and lost in the first round. So our saying's been pretty much one more round. Right now, one more round is making the playoffs. When we get there, we'll say one more. So that's kind of been our saying this summer.
Talking about the new playoff format for high school football, does that help you as a new head coach? How does that kind of talk about that? I'm very interested. A lot of coaches say they like it. Some coaches say they don't.
Well, it's going to be new to me as a head coach, but I think mainly the most difficult thing will be scheduling. I was fortunate enough to come in, the schedule was already made. We have some tough teams on our schedule, and I think that's going to be the key, is making sure you schedule teams that are going to be pretty good. Being able to play the teams that ordinarily are dominant throughout the years. That those are teams that people are going to look forward to playing because of helping them out with the points.
You sitting here, you represent an entire organization. How did you find some of those guys? First year, your offensive coordinator, your defensive coordinator, did you coach with them previously? Kind of got to pick your guys. Kind of talk about that.
Yes, most everybody that is on staff I have worked with previously. I know what they're about. I know what they're able to do. I know their strengths. I know their weaknesses. So we kind of complement each other. I think maybe one of us is on staff that we haven't worked with previously, but the rest of us, we've all worked together in some form or fashion. There are actually a couple of guys on staff that the few of us coaches have coached before, so they know what we're about, and they can relate to the players, better than some of us older guys can. But they're able to, let them know what we're expecting because we've coached them in the past.
And last question for you: some key players that we're looking for this season that you're excited about. Talking about the quarterback. Anyone else that you're kind of?
Yeah, the guys we have here today: Zion Barber, the quarterback; Chris Cummings, the wide receiver; Tara Ward, the DB. Dallin Woods, a linebacker. We have big offensive linemen in Jacob Alvarez and Jaquez Mosley. We have several guys who are coming back from last year that I think are big contributors.